You constantly looking for someone else to tell you that you're okay. Welcome back to the channel. Doing another video today. And today's video is going to be about feeling lonely and why we feel lonely, and perhaps why we're craving other people's company all the time, and what we can do about that, really. And I'll share my experience as well. Another beautiful grey day here in the United Kingdom. It's been grey for about 6 days in a row. No sunshine. So yeah, it's difficult when you're here because there's no sun and you don't feel like going outside, and it can be really, really depressing. But that is the UK, and we have to get used to it, I suppose. But the video today is about being lonely and my take on it and my experience, really. And I think where it comes from me really is a long time ago, when I was a child. I wasn't really made to feel good enough or important, and I'll go into more detail in that in future videos perhaps. But I never really learned that it was okay just to be on my own, and I was good enough, just me, on my own, going through life. I never, I suppose, got a sense of independence instilled in me, and that has followed me through my life for quite a little while, for as long as I can remember. And what that sort of looks like is you constantly looking for someone else to tell you that you're okay, or to show you that you're worth something. So when you're with someone, say in a relationship, that in itself, just being in a relationship, whether it's healthy, unhealthy, that in itself is giving you some level of self-worth. But when you're single, because you've never had this self-worth sort of instilled in you, this feeling of importance, being single is like the worst possible outcome for someone who has lower self-esteem and low worth. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you're always trying to get someone else to show you or to give you that feeling of worthiness, because you don't have it yourself. And it's something I'm working on at the moment, but it takes a little while to build that self-worth in ourselves. So when we're by ourselves, we just don't feel like we can be happy. When we're alone, our primary goal is to find someone else to show us that we are worth it, where we need to get away from that and really work on our own self-worth and feeling good alone, and making sure that, you know, we don't need anyone else going through life. We can do everything by ourselves. And it's just how we've been conditioned growing up, and it's something we need to break and change. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm wording this in the right way, how I sort of want it to come out, but I don't feel happy by myself. When I'm alone, I feel lonely. When I'm alone, I feel worthless and not good enough. And that's because I wasn't made to feel good enough when I was a kid. So now, as I'm an adult, if I'm by myself, I can't feel like I can be happy until I meet someone or I'm in a relationship. And it's really sad, because a lot of our life should be working on our own stuff and finding happiness within ourselves and finding happiness with the things that we want to do. But for someone who doesn't know how to do that, or doesn't feel happy within their self, their primary focus is to just find someone else, to meet a person that's going to give them that validation, that self-worth that they don't have within their self. So, bit of a ramble. I hope you get what I'm trying to say there. You know, If you're not happy in yourself, you've never learnt to be. And that's something that could have come from growing up. And it might be a feeling that you've had for as long as you can remember, and you don't really know why you don't like being by yourself. Well, it's not necessarily your fault. So there we go. And going back to what I said in the previous video, I'm going to try and keep these videos a little bit more raw, honest, unedited, because I don't know, I think we need more of it. What do you think? Do you think we could do with some more honesty, some more talk on YouTube? Because there's a lot of polished, shiny, nice videos which are structured, edited, good thumbnails, eye-catching titles, and I don't know, it feels like there's not enough real life going on there, real experience going on there. And I think that's what, especially today with, the world of technology, I sound so old when I say that, but if you know what I'm getting at, there's a lack of connection. People need to, well, I think people could do with showing a little bit more humility and a bit more reality, and maybe some behind the scenes stuff as well. Because it's easy to fall into that trap that everyone is doing okay but you. But in reality, that's not true. Everyone's struggling in their own way. They just, on the surface, on YouTube, Instagram, social media, on the surface, they just don't show that side of things. And I think people could benefit from seeing that side of things a little bit more. So anyway, that's my thoughts on being alone. And going forward, I'm doing a lot of work on self-worth and trying to feel better being by myself, trying to feel happy, and moving forward without the need for approval from others, which has been conditioned inside me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.